if you'll give the incentives and tell them this is the direction we want. Just look what the president did for ethanol. The president came out for ethanol, and I mean ethanol happened. It went, and it probably was not the best idea I've ever seen, but anyway, it's...
All right, let me ask you this. Obviously, we are dealing now with two international crises, that is global warming and the high price of fuel. In terms of wind, which you do know a lot about, how cost competitive is it today with other sources of energy?
The wind is, it's competitive. I think that the wind is, I'm going to stick my neck out here, but I believe when you take coal and bring it up to clean it up and everything else, I think that wind is competitive with coal.
So today, not in the future, what you're saying?
I'm saying today.
Today. This is an extraordinary statement that he's saying today wind is cost competitive or maybe cheaper than coal. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that, yes.
Well, that's it. Let me ask you another thing. You know a little bit about oil, right?
About what?
Oil. You've heard of oil.
I'm ready.
All right. Now, it is interesting. Many of our friends, I was on 2 television shows the other day, and the kind of conservative commentators were saying, the solution is drill, drill, drill. We're going to solve all of our problems if we just drill for all the oil that is in the United States. And I heard you mention several times ago you believe in peak oil. Are we capable of drilling our way out of this crisis?
Well, let me take you on a little history. But we peaked in the United States at 10 million barrels a day in 1970. We're now producing 5 million barrels a day. Could we have kept that at 10? There's no way that we had the resources to do that. An average oil well in the United States is 5 barrels a day. An average oil well in Saudi Arabia is 5,000 barrels a day. The Saudis are lifting 6 barrels of water with every barrel of oil, which tells me they're mature. That's mature. The Russians are lifting 9 barrels of water with every barrel of oil. We're lifting over 100 barrels of water with every barrel of oil. So we are mature. Now, could we drill our way out of it? No, there's no way you can do that. I don't agree with the USGS that there's 86 billion barrels of oil off the east and west coast of the United States. Those guys work on that a lot more than I do, so I'm not going to say it's a ridiculous number. I just don't agree with it. When I look at ANWR, I would look at ANWR and feel like it may be time. I laughed about it last night at dinner. I said if I was one of the senators that voted against ANWR, I would almost see the American people today. It is shifting, and the American people are wanting to do something, and they don't know for sure what it is, but they're voting for ANWR. I saw a poll the other day, 57%. And I said, I almost think if I was one of those senators that voted against it, I'd say, you know, back there when those Republicans were trying to get me to do ANWR at $20 a barrel, it was too cheap. But now at $120 a barrel, I may be more interested in doing it. So maybe we're coming around to a point where the value of the oil at ANWR, and I'm not one that believes there's 16 billion barrels at ANWR either. There was 14 billion at Prudhoe Bay, which is the largest field we ever had in the United States. But ANWR does not have the same sediments because you cross a fault going east of Prudhoe Bay. See, I know this subject.
All right, but let me
but I don't think the oil at ANWR is anything like 16 billion. So don't have the idea that our problems will be solved with a big discovery.
I surely don't. Mr. Howley, what were your estimates about what solar thermal in the Southwest from the Western Governors Association, what percentage of electricity do you think it